Now we are coming to another interesting topic to learn, which is beam and beam system creations. So beam, how do we create it? So we have a column and we have a structural walls also. How do we create a beam? So we can create it. So as you know that it's not an order, so we can create it in any orders. So wall, after that beam, so be column beam. So we can create it in any orders. So let me go ahead and select the beam options, and I'm selecting 300 by 600. So as you know, the columns are in 500. If you want, you can create your own type and you can take up the sizes based out of it. So in my case, I'm just showing you an example. So how do we model it? As I said, do remember the instance property and type property. As I said, if you want to change this size into matching the sizes of the column, you can do as it is. And once it is done, you can see the options. You can draw it manually one by one all the columns, or you can, for example, in this case I'm in level 2, I'm drawing only one beam in this place. Now you can see that the beam which is created, the size is looking awkward that comparatively with the other columns. Now I can leave as it is, or I can make Ctrl Z and I can use the on grid options, which is available in the recent versions. I can select the grid and automatically it creates the beam in the particular places. So let me go ahead and select grid once again and select and beam grid, select the grid, and I'm going to select multiple grids like this. I'm going to finish it. Once if you finish it, you will be able to see the grids placed in the right places like this. It will be a single segment in all the places. It won't be an continuous grid. Now we have placed it in the horizontal direction. What about the vertical direction on the other opposite directions if you need beams? So the second example is that you see that the level 2 reference it took automatically, and if you wanted to offset it from the start level and end level, you can do that. So if you want to do an opposite direction, I'm going to use the beam system option, which is available here. So you can draw your shapes like this. The same options can be used for your structural elements, structural modeling, steel modeling, and you can use it for your joist modeling in your roof structural elements. You can only think that you have to load the correct family into this system. So if I'm taking that, and you will be able to go to the system options and you will be able to see different options available here, and different options available here, the fixed distances and what beam you needed. So this is the most important thing that you wanted to assign while you are creating the beam systems. Beam systems, the another one is this direction is that we know it's 3000, and we also know that the size beam type, which is choosing 300 into 600, justification will be on the center, and we can go ahead and select the direction like this. You see, we have to select any element. You see that the status bar here, select a support to create a beam system parallel to that support. So now if I'm selecting it here, you see it automatically detects the positions of the beams. So the thing is that we may have to adjust the starting and ending beam positions, and in this case I'm placing it here. You see beams are created like this, and if it is needed, we can move it the starting and ending positions based on our requirement. By default, these will be pinned, and I can select it all and I can see it how it appears. And if you need it, unpin it, and you can align it in the starting position over the grid. It's inside the another element, which is wall, so it's not a problem. So we can place it inside the wall, nothing an issue. So this is how you will be able to place your system beam systems. And if you want to edit their beam system, and we can edit their beam system here in this place, and we can go edit boundary, and we will be able to change it however you need it, and based on that the positions of the beams will change as well. Since it's a 3000 meters, so we can adjust it based on that. The position of the beams will be relocating it, and we can make it change based on that. Do let me know. So this is very helpful options if you are starting with beam system. So in this case, I'm not going to use the beam system. I'm going to use the grid alone, and I'll be able to make the required beams in the places. I'm going Control Z, and I'm going to structural, and I'll be able to select the beam, and I'm going to select the grids, and the grids will be these grids. Finish it. I have the view side by side. You can press WT if you have opened the multiple views. If you press WT, views will be realigned like this, and you can place it side by side, and you can work on both the views. We have placed only beams on the one level. You can select all the beams and copy and paste it to the next levels as well. So if you wanted to make a change to the beam systems. Okay, so do let me know if you have any questions related to the beams, and if you want to make offset, then there are different options in the grids. You can move the grids and you can rejoin it in the center place, and you have a starting offset value, maybe 500 millimeter or like this. You see that there is a difference in this place now, and let me see, 0. Like this, you will be able to make a change to your beams. As I said, instance property and type property are the key that you will be able to modify your elements in Revit. Thank you so much. See you on the next tutorial.